Welcome yarn enthusiasts and crochet lovers to a new and exciting video on my crochet journey. I'm Fabiana and I'm so excited to have you join me for this video in the cozy world of crochet. So spring's coming up, and how better way to celebrate it than to learn how to make beautiful flowers on crochet. So today we're gonna be learning how to make a really beautiful sunflower with a bob. So grab your favorite yarn and your trusty crochet hook and settle in, grab your cozy drinks, because we are diving deep into the magical world of crochet. But before we unravel the threads of creativity, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future adventures on crochet. And hey, if you find something useful or inspiring, make sure to hit that like button and leave in the comments your favorite flower and which one you would like to see how it's made on crochet. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Let's get hooked on crochet. So the pattern I'm using requires to crochet a green back centerpiece that's gonna cover up the whole back of the sunflower, and it allows you as well to use the little mountain that it forms with the stitches count to insert the wire. So this is how it turns out, the back centerpiece. And now I'm gonna start with the first leaf, which is the biggest one. I'm gonna make 2. And it was a fun process because it was the first time that I used wire to crochet within the stitches. So you have to be very careful with measuring the wire and cutting the wire with the right tools so you don't hurt yourself. And yeah, it was a really fun process. So after finishing up crocheting the leaf, I make sure to mold it how I wanted it to look like and wrap the yarn around the wire that remained at the end so it doesn't see through the flower. And as it has the flower a wire, you can mold it very easily. For the second leaf, I tried to do the same but at the half. So for leaf number 1, I chained 16, and then for leaf number 2, I chained the half of it, so 8 chains, and I made the pattern the same way that I made the first one, but counting the stitches as it's the half of it. And again, mold it as you like, so it turns out how you want it. And yeah, here they are, both leaves together. I really think that they look amazing and so cute. Next up is the brown centerpiece, which requires a really fun disc in a spiral way stitch, and make sure to only crochet in the back loop so you can make the next part in the front loop. So, as I was saying, in the front loop we're gonna make a picot stitch. And here I'm gonna show you how you can do it. We were gonna start making a slip knot, and we're gonna insert that into the first stitch of our round number 1 of the brown centerpiece. We're gonna chain 1 and then single crochet, we're gonna chain 3, insert our hook in the middle of the single crochet and slip stitch. In the next stitch we're gonna make a single crochet as we normally would, and then for the third stitch we're gonna make the picot stitch. That's the single crochet, crochet 3 chains, and then insert your hook in the middle of the single crochet and slip stitch. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, that's your single crochet of the middle, and then picot, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, pull through, crochet 3 chains, insert your hook in the middle of the single crochet and slip stitch. So you're gonna repeat this pattern until you reach your desired length. I finished the picot stitch 2 rows before it ended, so I can add the petals. So I made just 4 rows of the picot stitch and then 2 rows of petals. And here we have the picot stitches done. It gives it a realistic look and it looks very funny. Now we're gonna start by making the petals with the yellow yarn. And again, I slip knotted and inserted my hook into the brown centerpiece, following the pattern that I'm gonna mention in a couple of minutes. By the way, I wanted to clarify that this is not my pattern. I found it on TikTok from this account. I'm gonna leave the username right here, and I'm also gonna leave the link to the video right in the description of the video. So if you want to look for it, you can have it. And go leave a comment on her page because it's a really easy pattern to follow and she makes it look very easy. So again, leave a lovely comment on her page. I'll really appreciate that. So now I have finished my 10 petals for the first row of petals. In the next row I changed a little bit the pattern because I wanted to make the second row of petals a little bit bigger than the first one. So what I did is, instead of doing just 3 stitches on each stitch of the brown, I made 4. For the first row I made half double crochet, and treble crochet. So because that's the pattern. But for the second row I'm gonna do the same, but I'm gonna include a double treble. So when I'm making it, I'm gonna show you how it's done. Okay, so here it goes, a little tutorial on how I made the second row of petals. I chain 2, yarn over, insert my hook, leaving 1 chain space, and did a half double crochet, then a double crochet, then a treble, and last for this stitch, a double treble, wrapping my yarn around 3 times. So all these 4 stitches go into the same stitch in the brown part, and then for the second half of the petal we're gonna crochet in the next stitch. For finishing up this part I chain 2 and slip stitch it in the half of the top of the double treble and the treble. So now I made a double treble again, a treble, a double crochet, then a half double crochet, and for finishing up this part I chained 2 and slip stitched it on the same stitch. So chain 2 and then leave 1 chain space and start again doing your petals. So here I made the soil because I'm gonna use a pot, so I'm gonna make it a potted sunflower, and the soil gives me the help to support the sunflower on the pot. So this was a row of I made this pot with the tutorial on this video that I put it in the information box, and you have it as well in the description box of the video. Now for the pot I made from the same video, and it was a very fun experience because it allowed me to get a really first-hand experience into making amigurumis, which I haven't tried yet. So it gives me with the hope that one day I'm capable of accomplishing an amigurumi. A little bit of history. Sunflowers are called sunflowers because of their unique behavior of turning their heads to follow the sun through the day. This phenomenon is known as heliotropism, which is derived from the Greek words helios, meaning sun, and tropos, meaning turning. This natural inclination of sunflowers to face the sun has fascinated humans for centuries, leading to their association with sunlight, warmth, positivity. This is a delightful and characteristic that has contributed to these flowers' popularity in gardens, art, and cultural symbolisms, such as happiness, vitality, adoration, worship. They also symbolize longevity, strength, fertility, growth, loyalty, faithfulness, and spiritual enlightenment. So it's a very beautiful flower that holds different kind of meanings, and they are so beautiful. Okay, so now for the details part, the details row, I made a cluster of double crochets with a wave-like look to it. So you're gonna crochet 5 double crochets into one chain space, and then you single crochet into the next stitch. You leave one chain space and then start the 5 other double crochets, slip stitch, leave one chain space, and so on. And I really love how it looks because it gives it a really beautiful and nice texture and look to it when it's complete. Now for the assembling part, I made this wire look like how I wanted it because I wanted to be really supported, and I attached the green back centerpiece to it. Like this. Then I added the sunflower, single crocheting into the back centerpiece, making sure I cover up the whole wire. I left a really tiny space to put a little piece of cotton. Then I finished up single crocheting the rest of the sunflower. Now I wrapped the yarn around the wire and started adding the leaves where I wanted it to be. And now I'm gonna attach the soil part to the sunflower. I pulled the yarn really tight to close up the magic circle that I left untucked, and it really helps me attach it very nice. So last but not least, for the pot, I put more cotton into it, a little bit of rocks so it can be stable. Last but not least, I slip stitch it all the way around the soil to the pot. So here I have the finished product. I love how the sunflower turned out. I am so in love with it. I just made a whole photo shoot of it. I hope you liked it as well. Make sure to follow me on my other social media platforms, to subscribe to my channel, and hit that like button. I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Have a great rest of your day.